When Yes Frank's Blanket, leader of Quebec's blockheads, is making more sense than the leaders of both the Conservative and Liberal parties of Canada, that's when you know we need an outright ban on foreign ownership of Canadian oil companies, as well as a ban on industry groups being able to bankroll Gulfstream media online without ever having to take ownership for the nonsensical doublespeak they're constantly spewing. Here, have a listen.
The building of those pipelines will take at least 10 to 14 years. Mr. Trump will be 90 years old, not president no more. And somebody of course, less terrible will be there before you can even dream of having oil through this pipeline of yours.
By the way, this is the price of Western Canadian Select oil over the past year. And this is it over the last month. You see how those numbers might suggest that putting all of our eggs in the big drippy oil basket that poisons people's drinking water might not be the best idea. Like, literally, the more money Canada pours into the oil and gas industry, the more sexism, racism, and homophobia we get out of it. Because all of the most angry, divisive, and chaotic voices in Canadian discourse are outright funded by the oil and gas industry. And that includes PragerU, an organization that Danielle Sith recently caught flack for flying down to the US to do a fundraiser for them instead of, doing her job. With Canada's most recent pipeline, the Liberals bailed out the company that started it and gave them $4.5 billion for a very unfinished pipeline. And by the end of the project, it cost approximately $34 billion. Why did it cost so much? Because building pipelines is expensive. It is incredibly expensive. And people like the idea of a pipeline when you pitch it as protecting you from Trump, but a pipeline is not going to protect you from anything. At the end of the day, I have to agree with the uncooperative Frenchman. And it's worth noting that Pierre doesn't have a single pipeline company lined up to build a pipeline from Alberta to Quebec. Not a one. Do you know why? It's not because of Bill C-69, nice, Enbridge is worth $135 billion Canadian. Do you think they want to invest a fifth of their market cap in a new pipeline? And by the way, that's how much it costs to go from Alberta into BC. If you want to go from Alberta, across Saskatchewan, across Manitoba, across all of Ontario, and into Quebec, that's probably going to cost more than Enbridge is worth. So when they're talking about, oh, we should build a pipeline, what they're saying is that all Canadians should fund a pipeline that will help Canada's most annoying people make money. That is a bad idea. So why is there all this talk about a pipeline? Because it's a lot cheaper to buy Pierre Prostrate for pipes than it is to actually fund a damn pipeline. So the oil industry should shut the hell up. We already have pipelines at home. Now eat your ice cream. I don't want to hear another word. I swear I will turn this country around and we'll all go back to Winnipeg.